Welcome back. I want to talk more about this kick. All right, when you're thinking about this kick, normally when you throw a roundhouse, I'm throwing with the right side of my body, kicking their left side of the body, right? With this kick, I'm throwing with the right side of my body in a leading stance, but now I'm kicking to their right side of their body. By a leading stance, I mean the leg that you're kicking with is the one that you're leading with, that's all. Reasons to throw this kick. All right, it's not the most powerful. It looks a bit flashy. Is it really useful? Can you really use it in the gym during a real fight, in an MMA professional fight? What can you do with this kick? All right, I'm here to tell you. This kick is one of my favorite kicks, all right, that I haven't seen a whole lot of fighters use. And it's not a kick that I throw to make damage, to really hurt the person, okay? I throw this kick mostly to play mental warfare with my opponent. Stick to the end, we're gonna talk more about that mental warfare. I'm just gonna show you two reasons why I physically throw it real quick. So one reason is, I already did show you, when you throw a roundhouse, you might end up in this stance where the kick that you threw is now the leading leg. All right, and that roundhouse maybe wasn't that powerful. Maybe the opponent didn't respect it. And your opponent will now inch closer to you, all right? They're gonna inch closer to you. Well, what's right there? All right, if you're still too far to kind of throw that jab, that cross, all right, and have it land, you can throw that leg. If they're coming, you can meet them halfway. All right, meet them halfway. It's more like a slap. You're landing with the bottom of your foot here, all right? But notice, as I'm getting ready to throw it, my hand is protecting my chin, my face. It's open, it's relaxed, it's ready to catch a punch. If I need to flex and tension it up and make it a shield, I can. If I need to throw it, I can. All right? I'm not deciding what I'm doing with this hand other than just protecting my face here. All right, another little tip you could do is close in that shoulder, all right? Close in that shoulder when you throw this kick, because if you open it up like this, look how much of you is exposed, all right? Look how much of you they can still hit, all right? But if you shrug that shoulder here, boom, 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 it's a little different here, all right? You're protecting yourself more. Okay. Now when you're getting ready to throw this kick, make sure that it's the lead leg, right? It doesn't have to necessarily be that way. You can step forward and then throw it, but it's easier for people to read that way. When you throw this kick, you want to open up your hips, okay? I'm digging my hips in to the ground basically to be able to lift this leg up and loop it around. All right? So I'm here about my normal southpaw stance right here. All right, I'm protecting myself. I closed my shoulder in, all right? I'm here. Now I'm opening up my hips. I'm rotating my hips and I'm lifting this leg up, all right? I'm almost lifting it up behind my body just for a split second to be able to get that loop. I've lifted it up here. Now I'm going to that loop. I'm gonna work on that loop and slide across like a hook. Okay. Once again, I'm here. I've protected my face. I've shrugged my shoulder in. All right, I'm protecting my body. All right, I'm gonna lift up a little bit, lift up. Put your weight on that back leg. It's now the post in the ground. All right, if there's one thing that's holding you into the ground, onto the ground, it's that leg. You wanna make sure this is the post. You wanna make sure that your knee is open for you to throw that kick. All right, not closed in like this, and then you wanna throw a kick like that. You're going to injure yourself. It's open. All right, it's the post. It's also relaxed enough for you to make your subtle rotations. All right, it's that post. I've come here, I've lifted. Now I'm going to open up for that rainbow kind of effect right there. And once I've opened up, that's when you slingshot that foot across, that leg across. Okay, you've now managed to get the angle, the distance you need. Now this is when you slingshot, all right? This is when you generate that power. You've opened up your hips this way. You're now swinging your hips back You're swinging those hips back, and what's going to follow? It's this leg right here, that foot, like a ball and chain that you've now whipped over here, and now you're whipping it back. That's what you're doing with your hips when you're here. All right, it's in the ground. I'm here, lifting, I've looped around. Now I've got the angle, all right, the motion that I need to generate that power. Bringing those hips back, bringing those hips back, bringing those hips back, and I might go back to my orthodox stance. All right, if I land the kick, I might just go in my southpaw stance. Here's a second physical reason as to why you want to maybe throw this kick. And it's when you have an opponent that just doesn't respect you, right? They're coming in, he or she is coming in with some rage, and they're closing the distance. You might just need a second or two to restart mentally, hit that restart button, be like, all right, I've got this, you know? Sometimes you need to believe in yourself, but before you do, you just need a second or two, right? You just need a second or two to get in your zone, in your Zen mode, okay? All right, so this is for that, to give yourself those 2 seconds. All right, when you throw this kick, you can think about boom, slapping the opponent really quick and being fast with it, like a ball and chain that's flying through the sky, breaking the sound barrier, or you can push them. As soon as you feel your foot land, push, push. All right, even if it's on the face, push, push, push. All right, you might have to rotate quickly if you do. Try to always face your opponent, keep an eye on your opponent, all right? The whole reason to do this is because someone's generating their momentum, someone's generating their confidence, and now your confidence is going down, all right? What's a good way to stop someone in their tracks, like literally stopping someone in their tracks? You're pushing them away, leading them to a different side, a different angle of you, a different angle of the cage, whatever. It's now not part of their plan, right, to be where they're at. So you've pushed them, and now you have to adjust. But now you've maybe gained some distance once again before they start coming into you. And if they choose to come into you again, that's a second choice. You've seen it already at least once, okay? So it's not the same. It's not the same. They don't walk in with the same confidence unless they really just don't respect you as an opponent. Now, I'm going to talk about the mental warfare with this kick. If you're facing an opponent that isn't too familiar with your style, isn't too familiar with you yet, all right? Maybe you haven't thrown too many kicks. Maybe you just have thrown, boom, just a couple roundhouse in the sparring match, boom, boom, maybe just one knee. Nothing too fancy, right? All right, then you throw this kick, boom. Maybe they haven't seen it. I usually see 2 things happen. All right, the opponent is shocked. You just threw a fancy kick, a kick that they didn't think should even be teachable in a gym, all right? A kick that people shouldn't really be doing, but guess what? It landed. It landed across their face. Now their spine is compromised, or it landed on the side of their rib, shoulder. Boom, it hurt. All right, where do these fancy kicks come from? What does this person also know how to do with their kicks, with their legs? Is there more fancy stuff that I haven't seen? Unpredictable things that could get me knocked out here. All right, it causes fear. It causes fear is one of the things I've seen. If it's an opponent that's not really familiar with you or kicks, all right? Because if this person is really comfortable with their kicks, they're probably gonna do something fancy back, all right? And then you're gonna be like, oh, well, it's a fancy kick versus a fancy kickoff kind of a fight right there, you know? But it's one of the techniques to this mental warfare when you're throwing this kick. Another thing is, you might throw this kick, all right, and it's not a powerful kick. And your opponent is maybe very confident in their offense and defense, all right, and you throw it, they're like, what was that, you know? That's not a good, powerful roundhouse. You know, that's not a, woo-hoo-hoo. I'm gonna keep that one in for you guys. I wasn't ready there, you know? My footing and stance wasn't right. That's why it's important to have good footwork. You know, not the same as one of these kicks. So, your opponent might recognize that right away. They might come in, be like, it's my time to shine. These next 5 seconds are mine. All right. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe they're not familiar with you yet, right? Maybe you've been playing a lot of defense in the sparring match. Kind of covered up, not really opening up with your offense. All right, you've been watching, examining. And then you throw this kick and you can tell. You can tell that they're like, oh, all right, his kicks aren't going to be bad. I can close the distance. I can close the distance. Bah! Pop them with the jab and make them think a little bit before they come in again. Right, but you've now been able to see that in them. That they don't respect your kick, that they want to come in when you throw that kick. So guess what? Guess what? You're like, all right, I'm gonna throw it again. Boom! You throw that kick again. The person comes in. All right, with this hand shaking. This hand shaking, ready for a power shot, and they throw it. Boom, you might eat it up and block it and stuff, but you know that's the one that they really wanted to throw. You know that that's the one that they were itching to throw. Okay, all right, we're coming back. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, bam, bam, bam. Coming back, bam, bam. What do I have in my head now? What do I have? All right, I throw this kick. This person really wants to hit me with that right. They really do. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well, I'm expecting it this time, okay? All right, so I'm gonna throw this kick. Boom! All right, same thing. Boom, boom! Blocked it here. I've expected it. You blocked that. All right, because now you're reading your opponent's mind. You sucked them into your trap. That dead space of this is where I'm at, this is where you're at. You can defeat me here. All right, the dead space of that false confidence that they're going to have. All right, so you've let them in. You've now blocked that right hand. Boom. You've blocked it. You're here. Boom. Come in with that uppercut. Boom. Here's a knee. Boom. All right. It's a mental warfare. All right, during these sparring matches, during these fights. So use everything as an advantage to you. All right, it's not the strongest kick. That's all right. Maybe use it to suck your opponent in, to close the distance, to have them where you want them to be. Okay? That's that. Once again, thank you for watching. Much love, everyone. I plan on being back, all right? I know I haven't posted that much here lately. Been busy with school and work and other responsibilities, right? But I've got a little bit of time, so I'll be posting. Look forward to all my videos. Tell me what you want to learn about. You know, and love yourself, love those people around you, and let's get it. Let's train a little bit today. Let's work hard towards our goals, and let's show the world what we can do.